This nail set, stunning. The gold, the magnet shift, everything had to be perfect, and the results, insane. Before we get into this set, I had to remove my last nails. But since I used a peel-off base, it popped right off, super easy. Now it's time for prep. First, I'm pushing back my cuticles with a cuticle pusher. Then using my e-file with a ball bit to gently lift the dead skin. This doesn't hurt at all. To clean up, I used nippers to remove anything left behind. Since I'm using a peel-off base, I apply cuticle oil to my nail plate, rub it in, and then apply 2 layers of gel top coat, curing for 30 seconds each time. If you want long-lasting nails, skip this step. For today's set, I'm using 2XL Ballerina nail tips, and I already picked out my sizes off camera. Before applying them, I'm wiping off the shiny layer of the top coat with a lint-free wipe. To apply the tips, I'm using gel base coat in the well of the tip, then press it onto my nail and flash cure for 15 seconds with my Model 1's gooseneck lamp. Once all the tips are on, I fully cure for 30 seconds. And here's how they look, super long, so I'm cutting them down a bit before buffing the surface to remove the shine. Finally, I wipe off the dust with rubbing alcohol and a lint-free wipe, and we're ready to start the design. Now I'm getting everything ready. I place down a paper towel, my dampened dish, spatula, polygel brush, and poured rubbing alcohol into the dish for soap solution. And there's my nail lamp as well, so everything is set up. Next, I'm applying a thin layer of gel base coat to all my nails and curing that for 30 seconds. Before starting, I cleaned my polygel brush in soap solution to ensure smooth application. For my middle nail, I'm using this Milky White polygel from Temu. It's one of my favorite Milky Whites, but it's a bit runny, so I have to work carefully. I applied my first layer of polygel, starting at the cuticle area to ensure a clean, neat application. Then I distribute it evenly across the nail, making sure there are no translucent spots. Since this polygel is on the softer side, I flip my finger over to maintain the nail's shape and remove any excess product. Because this formula is runnier, I constantly check that it's not flooding my cuticles. I go back and forth to keep everything in place. Once I'm happy with the application, I smooth out the surface and cure for 30 seconds. Now for the second bead, this is where I build the apex. So I place the bead near the cuticle area and pat it into place, making sure that it fits nicely around the cuticle area. Then when I'm ready, I will just bring it down the nail. I always make sure to create a clear separation line between the new bead and the cured polygel before blending. This part can be tricky. Sometimes I struggle with getting the right balance and end up with a dip in the center of the nail. So what I do if that happens is just apply more polygel after curing this nail, but it didn't happen this time. So once I'm satisfied, I would fully cure this for 30 seconds. Now I'm moving on to the rest of the nails, and for this I'm using a Makartt polygel called French Press. This is a firm polygel, making it one of the easiest to control, especially for beginners. Unlike softer polygel, it doesn't flood the cuticle area as easily, which means I can take my time sculpting and getting the perfect shape. I start with the index nail, applying a bead and patting it into place while keeping the cuticle area clean. Then I distribute the product evenly down the nail, making sure there are no translucent spots or uneven areas. Since this formula is firmer, it holds its shape really well, which is why I love Makartt polygels. I'm applying this same polygel to the rest of nails, so I'll speed this part up a bit, but make sure you keep watching because the nail art coming up is so good. It's elegant, eye-catching, and perfect for both spring and St. Patrick's Day. I say this because it combines the best of both worlds. Soft, luxurious tones mixed with bold accents. The green magnetic gel gives that classic St. Patrick's Day vibe, while the gold chrome detail makes it feel elegant and wearable beyond just the holiday. Plus, the soft milky white base keeps everything balanced, making this set a gorgeous option for spring nails in general. Whether you love bold designs or something more sophisticated, this set is a must-try. After applying the polygel to all the nails, I'm wiping off the sticky layer with rubbing alcohol before filing. To shape the nails, I start with a sanding band to refine the cuticle area and smooth out the surface. Then I switch to my 8080 grit hand file to shape the nails, making sure the edges are crisp and even. Finally, I buff the surface to remove any scratches before moving on to the nail art. Now, as I get everything ready for nail art, I just want to say this design is inspired by a picture I saw on Instagram. I made a few changes to make it my own, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. To prep for the chrome powder, I'm applying a matte top coat to the index, middle, and ring finger. I bought this one on Amazon because the reviews said it works well with chrome powders, preventing them from sticking where they shouldn't. I'm curing that for 30 seconds. Next, I'm mixing black gel polish with my Savilan No Wipe top coat to create a translucent black. This helps keep the design from looking too dark or overpowering. It makes the magnet effect pop even more. I apply a layer of the black mixture to my thumbnail and cure for 30 seconds. Then I go in with this green magnetic gel from Temu. This color looks way better over a black base because it makes it more opaque and vibrant. Before curing, I use my gray magnet to pull the particles towards the center of the nail. This was actually my second time using magnetic gels like this, and I'm still learning. Honestly, I feel like I should have practiced on shorter nails first, but I love a challenge. I also bought this long magnet from Amazon, and it's definitely stronger than the ones I got from Temu. I just need to practice more to get better at creating different effects. Sometimes I have to admit I don't always see the magnet particles moving the way I want them to. This can be so confusing at times. I had to redo this 3 times to get it right, but I only showed it twice in the video to keep things moving. Now, on the pinky nail, I followed the same steps as the thumbnail, applying the translucent black base first, then layering the green magnetic gel on top. Just like before, I had to redo this 2 to 3 times to get the effect just right, but patience is key with magnetic gels. Once the magnetic gels were done, I sealed them with a matte top coat. And honestly, I love how they look matte. The way the green shimmer still peeks through while having that soft, velvety finish is so unique. It's such a futuristic, high fashion vibe. Now for the index nail, I'm creating a smoky, semi-transparent base by applying the sheer black polish in the center of the nail. You can shape it however you like. I went for a soft blended effect that fades into the clear sides of the nail. I'm doing the same thing on the ring nail, making sure the sheer black is concentrated in the center while keeping the edges clear. Once I'm happy with the placement, I cure for 30 seconds. Now I'm layering the green magnetic gel directly over the black section on the index nail. The black base makes the green look even richer and more dimensional, giving it that deep galaxy effect. Before curing, I use my magnet to shift the particles into place, pulling the glow towards the center of the nail for a really cool cat eye effect. I had to do this in 2 layers to get the full depth of color, curing between each one. I'm repeating the same process on the ring nail, applying the green magnetic gel over the sheer black, then using the magnet to manipulate the shimmer. Once I'm happy with how it looks, I cure for 30 seconds to lock it in. Now I'm applying a matte top coat over the magnetic gel area to prevent the chrome powder from sticking where it shouldn't. Once that's fully cured for 30 seconds, I'm ready to create the 3D details. For this, I'm using Makartt sculpting gel. I placed a small amount onto my nail palette, then using a fine nail art brush to carefully outline the magnetic gel section. I want the details to be thin but still defined, so I take my time making sure the lines are clean and even before curing for 30 seconds. After curing, I felt like the design needed more dimension, so I went in with a second layer of sculpting gel to really build up the 3D effect. Once I was happy with the thickness, I cured again for 30 seconds. I repeated the same process on the ring nail. Now it's time for the gold chrome. I applied the chrome powder directly onto the sculpting gel, but I quickly realized it wasn't looking as opaque as I wanted. That's because I didn't use a no-wipe top coat over the 3D area first. Sculpting gel alone doesn't have enough grip for the chrome, so it wasn't giving that rich metallic look I wanted. On top of that, I noticed the chrome was sticking on the matte base, which was definitely concerning, but I didn't have time to stress about that just yet. I needed to fix the 3D area first. So I carefully applied a no-wipe top coat only over the sculpting gel, making sure it didn't get on the rest of the nail. This was stressful because if the top coat went anywhere else, it would grab the chrome and ruin the clean look. Once I had everything covered properly, I cured for 30 seconds. Then I rubbed in the gold chrome, and unfortunately it still got onto the matte areas. So I guess this matte top coat isn't the best for preventing chrome transfer. If anyone knows a matte top coat that actually works for this, let me know in the comments, because I've tried so many and none seem to fully block chrome from sticking. To clean up the excess chrome, I sealed the 3D area with another layer of top coat and cured it. Then I took a lint-free wipe with rubbing alcohol to remove any chrome that stuck to the matte base. This part was honestly so stressful I didn't even record it. For the thumbnail, I originally did a chrome design, but I didn't love how it looked, so I filed it off and applied a glossy top coat instead, which I liked better. But then I realized the milky white on the middle nail was the only nail with that soft look, and it was throwing off the balance of the whole set. So I decided to redo the thumbnail completely in milky white. Next, I applied a glossy top coat to the rest of nails, and before curing, I placed some flat back gold caviar beads on the pinky nail for extra detail. After curing, I also added gold caviar beads to the middle nail off camera to tie everything together. And of course, after redoing the thumbnail in milky white, I applied the same gold beads to keep the design cohesive. And here's the finished look. This set took me through it. from fixing the magnet gel, struggling with chrome placement, and even redoing the thumbnail to make the design feel more balanced. But in the end, I love how it turned out. The mix of milky white, deep green, and gold chrome is giving luxury but still wearable for spring and St. Patrick's Day. Let me know in the comments, would you try this nail design? And if you have any recommendations for a matte top coat that actually repels chrome, I need to know. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more nail content. And if you want to see another luxury nail design, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching. See you guys in my next one. Bye guys.